Now at 6, a historic verdict.
All right, we just got word in that Donald Trump has been found guilty on all counts.
Former President Donald Trump guilty in the so-called hush money trial.
This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt.
Full reaction from New York City and from Eastern North Carolina. The longest-running newscast in the East starts now.
This is breaking news from WNCT 9 on your side.
This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. But the real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here.
This is a live look over Manhattan, where a jury makes their decision late this afternoon, finding former President Donald Trump guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business records. And we are following everything happening in New York City tonight and its implications ahead of the 2024 presidential election. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Ken Watlington.
And I'm Courtney Courtwright. Donald Trump is now the first former president to be convicted of a crime. Trump was charged with falsifying business records. This in connection with money his former fixer Michael Cohen paid adult film star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election to keep her quiet about an alleged sexual encounter. Prosecutors argued that Trump reimbursed Cohen but disguised the payments as legal expenses amounting to a criminal scheme to corrupt the election.
And back here in North Carolina tonight, we are hearing from North Carolina State University political science professor Dr. Stephen Green.
We asked him about what this verdict could mean for the former president's campaign. He says it's a big deal, but time will tell.
We just don't know. I think pretty soon, in the coming days and certainly weeks, we should have a real feel for how this is reverberating throughout our politics, if at all, and I think it will.
We also asked him what he thinks will happen when Trump is sentenced. We'll have more with Dr. Green on your late news right here on WNCT.
Also tonight, we are hearing from elected officials across the nation.
Some from right here in North Carolina and, of course, like Ken said, across the country, too.
Let's bring in now to your sides, Davis Supis. He's joined us in the studio tonight. Davis, what are some of the reactions you're seeing?
That's right, Ken and Courtney. We're seeing reactions across social media, both from the public and from state leaders. The verdict ruling Trump guilty on all counts immediately sparking comments from Republicans and Democrats, and even President Joe Biden. President Biden saying in quote, "New York today, we saw that no one is above the law. Donald Trump has always mistakenly believed he would never face consequences for breaking the law for his own personal gain. There is still only one way to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office, and that is at the ballot box." Trump now becomes the first former president to be declared a convicted felon. Live in studio, Davis Supis, 9 on your side.
All right, Davis, thank you. We are hearing from others across the nation and here in North Carolina. U.S. Senator from North Carolina, Ted Budd, reacting to today's news, saying, quote, "Today's verdict is a total disgrace. President Trump deserves the same constitutional rights as any American. This was a rigged charade designed to weaponize the justice system to interfere in the presidential election and hurt President Trump," end quote.
And Democratic Representative Don Davis is reacting to the news, saying in part, "I affirm my support for our judicial system, which includes former President Donald Trump's ability to seek an appeal," end quote.
And U.S. Senator Tom Tillis reacting online, saying in part, "I am shocked by the verdict, considering that this case should have never been brought forward. I expect and hope that President Trump will appeal this," end quote. Republican Congressman Greg Murphy also posting online late this afternoon, saying today's verdict against President Trump is the product of 7 years of Democrats lying, fabricating, and grasping at anything to take him down.